Well, welcome to Missourinet Mornings. I'm Bill Pollock, and we are on the road heading to Atlanta for the SEC Championship game. And we've got our buddies from our Columbia affiliate KTGR, Will Pelagic sitting in the co-captain seat, and Matt Michaels in the back for now. So far, nice driving weather for me. It's cloudy. That's what I like to drive in. This is a trip that I'm actually used to taking as we go down and see the family down in Alabama. So we're heading down to Atlanta for the SEC Championship game. Well, I'm going to have you take the mic here in a moment and just kind of give us, your early impressions of my driving.
Well, so far, Bill, you've guided us fearlessly. We'd had a little bit of rain in St. Louis on the way up, but you were able to navigate that expertly. A little bit of freezing on the windshield, so that was hard to get through. But as far as we know, we are, knock on wood, the wood panel of our Chevy Tahoe here, we are going through at least precip-free southern Illinois, which is good. And I think if you look at this trip, not only for us but for the Tigers, the road through the SEC Championship goes through Atlanta, and it seems to me like this Matt Michaels, my partner in crime here, it seems like this one's tailor-made for the Tigers to take.
Well, I would think so. I think that they're focused on this trip. I think that they're ready to treat it just like any other road trip, any other business trip this season. I do think that the fans are going to show up for this one. I think that there will be maybe some Mizzou fans we even catch up to. Some folks might have been scared by some of the freezing rain and weather over the last night and said, you know what, let's just get down there and let's get into warmer climes, and it will be warmer climes and a great atmosphere. There's so many events that are going to go on over the next couple of days that you'll see at Missourinet.com with updates from us, with updates from players and coaches. It's going to be a big event, and I think even we'll be impressed by just how big it's going to be, and hopefully for Tiger fans, big enough to say, you know what, they just went and took the whole doggone thing.
And we'll be doing our show live, the big show on KTGR in Columbia there live for 3 days, Thursday, Friday, and then a big 3-hour pregame show Saturday morning, if you don't mind me plugging that, Bill. But the way things have gone for Missouri in the past in these games hasn't been good, but they're trying to win their first outright conference title in 53 years.
No, of course I don't mind you hijacking my Missourinet Mornings video just like you do my Google Hangouts. No, I don't mind doing that at all.
I'm just trying to do a little service and give your listeners and viewers something that you can look forward to.
And you moved. Look at it. He even moved the camera away from me.
I wanted to make sure that you could see you because you were coming off the edge there.
So we've talked about a couple of the topics that we've talked about has been does Gary Pinkel leave and take the Washington job, which we think is just an absolute ridiculous topic that comes up, and that's coming more from the people in Seattle. We've talked about offensive coordinator, the former offensive coordinator David Yost, and we didn't really touch on that at all, but I mean that may be a big reason why this team is playing in the SEC Championship game because of a new offensive coordinator. Nothing against Yost, but Josh Henson has done a great job.
I think so, and if you look at the way Missouri looks, they've had a commitment to the run game, and they've had a lot more dedicated to that, and I think that's one of the reasons why Missouri looks more balanced when you look at them offensively, and it's one of the reasons why they've won games late. They've been able to hold on to the football, especially late against Ole Miss and Texas A&M. They held the ball for the final 8:08 against Ole Miss, and then the final 3 minutes or so against A&M, and Matt, it just seems like we almost want them to pass it more than they do, but the way that they've been running it, you can't argue with the play calling.
It's a spread running team right now. I think that it's very clear that Missouri can run the football. It's what they've done, I think, even more effectively than the passing game because they just haven't had the consistency in the passing game. When you have James Franklin out with a shoulder injury and Matty Mock having to fill in, the fact of the matter is you're not going to be able to find your rhythm as well as you would like. If this offense was clicking on every cylinder, maybe we would see them passing more than running. But right now, go with what got you there. And right now, it feels to me like the running game and also the offensive line. I mean, what a job they've done all year in either facet, whether it's pass blocking and protecting a quarterback on a big play or going out and pushing forward for the win, just like they did last week on a big play for Henry Josie.
I know you want to show folks what you bought this morning, Billy.
Yeah, absolutely. I wasn't really paying attention to you guys because I have to make a pit stop, so we've got to pull over soon. But before we left Missouri, we got our Mega Millions, $291 million.
We're splitting that, right?
Well, we'll split it. I don't know the percentage yet, but yeah, we'll split some of it. But we want to thank the Missouri Lottery for helping us get down to Atlanta. You've been great, and we will check back in maybe when we get around Chattanooga. We'll sing a little song for you, all right? So thanks for...
Who's this we?
Yeah. Anyway, make sure you go to Missourinet.com because we've got Google Hangouts and player interviews, and we'll be in Atlanta all weekend bringing you SEC championship coverage. Missourinet.com and our Columbia partners, KTGR.